Nilima with Creative Art, bringing you the best art tutorials on YouTube. So if you're an art lover, do consider subscribing this channel and don't miss any important updates about my tutorials just by clicking that bell icon. In today's tutorial, we are going to make this beautiful dream catcher for ourselves. A dream is a wish that your heart makes for yourself. So why not follow your dreams by making this beautiful dream catcher for yourself? As this is our first dream catcher tutorial, I have kept it really simple so that anyone can give it a try. To support your creativity and your dreams, I give you additional 5% off on any of your purchases from ItsyBitsy online craft store just by using my code, which is Nilima5. Nilima 5. To make this beautiful dream catcher, first of all, for the base, we are going to need an aluminium or steel ring of 12 inches. To cover up the aluminium ring, I'm going to make use of 1 inch off-white color satin ribbon. For doing the thread work, I'm going to use two different types of thread. One is the white color strong thread to make the dream catcher, and for the center part I'm going to use a transparent elastic thread which comes in this kind of bundle. For decoration, I'm going to use wooden beads, 1 packet, and pearls for the center part, 1 packet. For flowers, I'm going to make use of a shola fool of 2 different designs. First one looks like this and the second one is a rose design. For the centerpiece, I'm going to use a primed chipboard. There are different writings available in small cutout chipboard pieces like Dream Big, Live Your Dream, or you can also buy the same one which says Follow Your Dreams. And last and the most beautiful thing, a pack of big long feathers. All these materials can just come under 500 rupees because currently everything on ItsyBitsy website is on sale up to 80% off. And you can get additional 5% off just by using my code, which is Nilima5. And if you place order above $4.99, you get a free delivery. Now let's start the tutorial, friends. Now first of all, we will start by wrapping this satin ribbon around this ring. So for that, I'm going to cut the starting edge of the satin ribbon in this way, and then use a tape to secure it. So place the satin ribbon and tape together like this. Now hold the ring in this way. Place the tape. Start wrapping it around in this way. And then start wrapping and overlapping the ribbon around in this way. Each time you have to hold the ribbon in this place so your wrapping gets tight and tight each time. In the same way, keep rotating the ribbon tightly all around the ring. This time I have cut the ribbon to a size so that rotating it around the ring would be much more easier. Now finally, we have come back to the same spot where we started. So I'll rotate the ribbon, overlapping it till some distance. And now I'll tie a direct knot in this way. Just hold the ribbon tightly and tie a very neat knot. I'll keep this much part of the ribbon extended. At the final point of the knot, like right in this part, add some glue and let it dry overnight, keeping this part extending. Or else you can just tie one more knot, but the bigger the knot, it is more visible. I'll keep this much extension of ribbon free so that this may come handy while hanging this dream catcher. Now finally, after tying the satin ribbon all around the ring, this is how it looks. Now let's start our next step. in which we need to use a strong thread like this one. So I have an entire ball of it, and to make the next step easier, we're going to tie this thread on a stick or on a pin in this way. Start from a point, start wrapping it around the stick. Keep wrapping the thread on this kind of stick or on a pin and have a bundle made of your own. So this structure is much more easier than a ball to pass through this ring. And here is a general map which I like to use for marking the knot. I know this weaving step can also be done by making random knots. I have given it a try on this ring and this is how it looks. But generally using this mapping system makes it more systematic, organized, and all the knots look equal. So what you have to do to make this mapping system is simply use a scale, draw the first line and mark a center point. Then using a protector, mark the number of points or number of knots you want to tie on your ring. In the same way, make it on the opposite side also, and then using a scale, connect the dots to get this kind of mapping system. Now place the ring exactly to the center of this mapping system so that you get an equal measurement from all the sides. Now use a pen and start marking the knots. After marking all the knots, you have finally got the exact place where you have to tie knots. So here is my thread. I'll first of all start by tying a knot exactly in this place. This is our first knot, so it have to be the strongest. You see, this knot is exactly on the point we marked. Now after marking all the points, take a closer look to the map which I have designed. First of all, tie your first knot on the top point where we have made this hanging point. Follow the point which is 2, which is exactly after 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have marked here 2. I'll tie my second knot on 2. Then this is our next point, which is again after 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th point where I have marked 3. I'll take the thread and tie it on number 3 in this way. Again after number 3, leave 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then tie our next knot to the 5th point, which will be right here. And then again tie the next knot on the 5th point. In the same way, start counting 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Tie a knot on the next 5th point right here. Now keep doing the same process. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each after 4 points, tie the 5th knot. Each time when I tie a knot, I really stretch it so I get a good strength all along, and then move on to the next knot. And then finally you can see we have come exactly on the same point where we have started. Now we are finally back to the same point where we started. Tie your final knot and make sure that you're tying it very strongest point and the most strength point, which has a pulling strength of all these knots. So I have done 5 to 6 knots here, and then I'll make a very nice and clean cut. After completion, this is how our Dreamcatcher will look. All the knots are perfectly on their places, and that's the reason we get this round center which is empty for now. And this is one of the easiest design that you can make for a Dreamcatcher. So now I'm going to repeat the same step, the same procedure using this transparent thread, and let me show you how it looks if you add some pearls or beads while doing this thread work. So you have to take few pearls and insert it in the thread before you start tying them up. I will count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is the 5th point where I would like to put a knot. Next, again count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Before that, insert 2 pearls. So now in the same way, I have finally completed doing the same design right inside the first one, and it had equal number of knots, so you just have to repeat the same thing just each time. Before tying a knot, insert 2 pearls in the string and then tie the knot so that you can get pearls on all the strings. Finally, I'm left out with these 2 long strings. This can be easily followed by a beautiful feather, 1 or 2 feather, or you can also place follow your dreams right in the center. I will keep this part for the end to decide, but for now let's start attaching few feathers. Thinking to tie the feathers exactly on the knot part, and I would like to place 7 feathers. So I have decided to place all these feathers in this way, attaching a string. Whoa, 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 Mickey, no! So this part of the feather was right on place till Mickey decided to take it off. Hey! So I think I should give him what he wants. Better he does not touch my Dreamcatcher. It's better he does not touch my Dreamcatcher for now. Okay. This is how I'm planning to attach the feather with a thread. I'll keep double layer of thread so that we can have a loop at the end and a bead at the end of the thread. So let me show you how to do this one. Let's start tying the thread with the feather. This is how I like to do it. I'll just tie the thread, then make a knot, tie the second knot. Now once we have tied this thread to the end of a feather, take this 12th thread and pass it through this wooden bead. Now push the bead on the thread knot where we have tied it. Now we have to push this bead all over the thread, the perfect knot we have tied there, so that the threads will get covered up by this bead, and this bead will also help in securing that thread. If you have a long wing like this one, I sometimes do fold it and insert it in the bead, or else simply cut it using a scissor. And finally, this is how the feather attached to string should look. In the same way, I'm going to do it for all these feathers. Now this is how I'm going to attach all the threads to the Dreamcatcher. Just hold this side, the other end of the thread, and pass it through this loop, bring it down and insert it in this way. And this is how you can easily connect this feather to the Dreamcatcher. You can definitely adjust the length by first of all tying the Dreamcatcher to a single support, and then you can adjust the length of these strings. Okay, now this is how I have attached all the flowers to the Dreamcatcher, and this is how it looks. I feel that this part looks a little empty and I should definitely place a centerpiece to this Dreamcatcher. So now friends, let's place a centerpiece and fill this up with few flowers. For center, I have decided to place this piece which says follow your heart, and I would also like to color it using gold. So here I'm using some gold acrylic color. Now we'll let it get dry. This is how shiny and beautiful it looks. Now finally, after this piece is dry, I have placed it in the center of the Dreamcatcher. Just use a little bit of school glue or Fevicol, place it on the back side of the cardboard piece, and then place it on the Dreamcatcher wherever you want it to be fixed. Now let it get dry for at least 1 to 2 hours and this piece would be permanent. And for this part, I'm thinking to attach few flowers made of shola. I would like to arrange these 3 flowers in this way. So this will look so simple and elegant at a time. It looks so pretty and beautiful. So to attach these flowers to the Dreamcatcher, I'm going to use a thread and needle to directly sew this flower to the ring. So that will make it more permanent, and while this is hanging, there won't be any chance of flowers to fall. So I'm going to do this part myself because it's really simple. Now this is how beautiful our Dreamcatcher looks when I have finally completed stitching all the 3 shola flowers and placing the center which says follow your dreams. I absolutely love the entire outcome we have got. I never dreamt that this simple design can turn out so beautiful. This design is really very easy to make, and I think anyone can make this beautiful Dreamcatcher now by themselves. So friends, do tell me in the comments below what do you think about this tutorial, and if you do like my tutorials friends, do subscribe to Creative Art channel and do share this tutorial so that more and more people can get connected to Creative Art family. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.